time to talk about luxury cruising. From suites so sweet to ships elite. Come explore the world in style with me on Luxury Cruising, the podcast.
Hey, it's Crystal here. Before we get started, did you know that there is a way for you to directly support the podcast? Head over to my website, luxurycruising.net, and you can buy me a latte, a glass of champagne, or even a whole bottle of champagne if you want. Leave me a note, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out on the next episode. That's luxurycruising.net. You can also leave me a note or ask a question. Okay, let's get on with the show.
Welcome back to Luxury Cruising. I'm your host, Crystal Sodaitis, and today I've got a really great treat for you all. I've got Hollis from Ship Insider here today, and he's going to talk to us not just about his experience on Wonder of the Seas in a one-bedroom grand suite, but how he took this sky class experience to an even more luxurious level. So, Hollis, please tell the audience anything you want them to know about you.
So I'm Hollis. I'm 18 years old. I'm a content creator on TikTok. I've been a huge fan of cruise ships ever since I was a little kid. And my dream one day is to become a captain. And basically, the more times I go on cruises, the more I enjoy being on the water. And this time I was happy enough, grateful enough to be able to stay in a one-bedroom grand suite on the beautiful Wonder of the Seas for a 4-night sailing out of Miami, going to Nassau, perfect day at Coco Cay, and back to Miami.
Awesome. So what made you decide? Now, this was probably one of the first of Wonder's short sailings, because we're recording this, in November of 2025, and Wonder of the Seas just recently switched from doing 7-night sailings to doing shorter 3 and 4-night sailings, right?
Yes, I believe I was on the 8th or 9th short sailing out of Miami, so it was pretty cool.
Awesome. So what made you decide to do it?
So honestly, I like the smaller ships. My favorite ship is Navigator of the Seas. When I went on that, I also stayed in a one-bedroom grand suite. So I was debating going back on Navigator for the 4th time, or I could fly down to Miami and try something new. And I've been on Utopia Wonder of the Seas, a sister ship, and I absolutely loved it. Just not as much as Navigator, just because I'm an old soul at heart and I love the natural, like the darker wood, stuff like that. So I'm like, let's go on Wonder. Let's give it a shot.
Awesome. So what did you think of Wonder?
I honestly loved it. I thought it was a beautiful ship. I definitely believe it could have a little bit of work done to it, but besides that, it was beautiful. I mean, I loved it.
I can't remember now if Wonder is a just post-COVID launch, right? Like it's kind of like a 2021-ish, 2022-ish ship.
I believe so. I'm pretty sure it was built in 2021.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Someone please put in the comments when Wonder was built. Okay. But so it probably hasn't been through a dry dock yet because it hasn't been 5 years. And It has been such a, it's an Oasis class ship, but it really was the first revamped Oasis class ship. And so I'm sure it was incredibly popular and probably did sustain its fair share of wear and tear over the last few years.
Well, there is some wear and tear, but nothing to be overly concerned about safety. I mean, just some very small cosmetic features, like if you're very looking, but nothing crazy.
Awesome. Well, tell us about the one-bedroom grand suite. Give us the virtual tour, sort of like the visual.
Okay, so I got a special room. It is on deck 17, or my room number was 1750. And I booked this cabin specifically because when you book 1750, there is an extended 25-foot hallway. And the balcony is also partially covered or shaded. And half the balcony is just floor to ceiling glass. And the other part is just a typical balcony. And that stuck out to me because I've stayed in grand suites before. And this suite was actually going viral on TikTok. And I'm like, I got to try it. So basically, you open up the door, walk down this big 25-foot hallway. You walk in and you basically just have your traditional one-bedroom grand suite. You got your bed, you got your sofa to the left of it, and then you have your TV, and there's a bunch of storage in there. And then right as you kind of go to the ends of the hallway, there is a beautiful bathroom, and it's definitely the best cruise ship bathroom I've ever been in before. So it was really cool.
Awesome. And anything else special about the balcony other than that partially shaded, partially covered? Probably the size was pretty substantial.
Yeah, the size was definitely a little bit bigger, but one thing I did notice, if you guys are wanting to book one, this room specifically doesn't have the full lay down lounge chairs like the other grand class suites do. All suites have all padded furniture, so it's very comfortable and plush. But you just don't have the two lounge chairs, but you still have two chairs with leg rests, which I spend most of my day on. So it was great.
Nice, nice. And does it face like the side of the ship? Is it way forward?
So what's really cool about this room, that why I picked it, I love the nautical fact about being on a cruise ship. I love watching it pull into the dock. And what's really cool about this, it was sitting right on the corner of like the crown part of the ship, you could call it. So
Yeah.
you could overview on top of the pool deck, but you also get that big ocean side. So you could like peek your head outside of the window or the balcony part, and you could see the pool deck. You could see everyone lounging. But I like that part because you could see all the way down the whole side of the ship as if you were a captain. That's why I thought it was great.
That's amazing. And I love those balconies where you can hear the pool deck or you can hear, like, I actually fell in love with a Central Park balcony because when you hear the sounds of the ship, and yes, it's loud and that might be disturbing for some people, but also I can sit on my balcony and feel like I'm on the ship. Like if you sit on your balcony and you just face the ocean, it's beautiful, but you're there all
Yeah.
by yourself.
I'm pretty young, so I love the go get 'em party atmosphere. But my dad, on the other hand, he still likes to go get 'em and stuff, but he's definitely not as big of a music guy as I am. So my room is located right behind the main subwoofers for the pool deck. So during the sailaway parties, the room
Yeah.
would shake, but I mean, it would be for 30-minute to 45-minute periods.
Yeah.
And it couldn't stop me from sleeping. And I'm a very light sleeper, so I wake up very easily. Didn't stop me from sleeping. But if you are like napping in the daytime, want to take a nap, I would definitely pick a different like location. But if you don't mind, I mean, you get bigger balcony space, you get an overall bigger room. But the place where I did hear a lot of noise was right as you go outside of the suite lounge doors, right in that deck 17, 18 elevator bay, there was a chandelier and it would just kind of vibrate. I mean, wasn't anything crazy, but I mean, the 3 and 4 night sailings are definitely party sailings. So
Yeah. Oh, I bet. And if that chandelier is vibrating to the music, hopefully it won't happen like we've seen recently with things like shattering. So because
yeah.
of the vibration, I mean, that's the reason why these panels shatter. But anyway, sounds like an awesome room. Tell us what other perks came with the room and with the Sky Class benefits.
So I don't remember completely all the perks, but the perks I remember is you get your comfortable robes, you get priority embarkation and debarkation. You also get your suite lounge, which is I use all the time, especially on this packed sailing. And that suite lounge consists of your own private restaurant called Coastal Kitchen. Also you have your own buffet that's open pretty much 24/7 with free coffee, free tea, free water, stuff like that, juices. And then on deck 18, you get your own private sun deck, you could call it. There is a soaking pool, there's a beautiful hot tub, which no one was ever in, so we can enjoy that to our fullest extent. It's a big sun deck, you get your own plush lounge chairs, you get your own private bar. I mean, it's more like a ship in a ship thing than any other Royal Caribbean ship I've ever been on. And I've yet to go on Icon and Star of the Seas. But
Yeah.
they
I think
got the Grove.
yeah, I know. Like they have the Grove. Like I sometimes regret not getting Sky Class when we went on Star, but I had my reasons. So, but anyway, I think that Wonder was the first ship, either Wonder or Odyssey were the first ones because they kind of like overlap because of COVID. Like it was like one after the other. They were
Yeah.
the first ones to have that real ship within a ship concept where like the Sweet Sun Deck wasn't just like a bunch of chairs out with no shade, where it really was like a bar and a pool or a hot tub and made it really nice.
I believe it was Wonder because I've been on Anthem, Quantum, and Odyssey in the Quantum Ultra class. The Odyssey, I don't remember having a hot
Yeah.
tub or a pool, but Wonders definitely kind of blew me away, especially because I've cruised on Norwegian in the Haven. So I mean, Wonder and the Haven, they were pretty neck and neck.
Yeah, tell us about that. Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to hear the comparison between the Sky Class on Royal Caribbean and the Haven on NCL.
So the Haven on NCL, it's definitely bigger. And the pool and hot tub, if that's what you're banking on, Norwegian might be the way to go if you're just looking for private pool, private hot tub. But besides that, I mean, I'm loyal to Royal. I love Royal. So if I were me, it doesn't matter what ship it is, I'll go on Royal. But Norwegian Getaway was the ship I did my cruise on. The Haven is just bigger. I mean, the service is about the same. The pool is a little bit bigger. But what's cool about the Haven is you have the big glass roof that will go in and out. So if it's
Mm.
raining or snowing for the Alaskan sailings, you can still enjoy the pool and hot tub. When on the Wonder, you can't. But
Yeah.
honestly, I loved both sailings, but I'd probably pick Wonder more.
Yeah, that's cool. And in the Haven, what about the room? How did the room compare to, your one bedroom grand suite? Granted, I don't know what kind of room you got, but just in
So
terms of like decor, nicety.
when I was in the Haven, I stayed in a two-bedroom family villa. So they're about the same square footage wise, based off what I was looking at the internet. But the balcony on my Wonder of the Sea sailing was a lot bigger. The one on the Norwegian Getaway in the Haven was just like a normal size balcony with two chairs and a coffee table. But Norwegians, I was with four other people. So we definitely utilized those two full bedrooms. But the decor on the Norwegian Getaway was more oceany, you could say.
Hmm.
More blue colors, more a little bit wood. Granted, this is a little bit of an older ship.
Yeah.
But on Wonder, the decor was just trying to be as luxurious as possible. And I know you can get that on Norwegian, but I was staying in a family suite with my family. So, yeah.
It's hard to get like a higher, more luxurious suite on Norwegian than like a two-bedroom villa. I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
But the
That's
two-bedroom
amazing.
family villa was definitely beautiful. It wasn't like the royal townhouse on Icon where it was like all kitted out. I mean, you could go on there as a couple and you'd be like, wow, this is really nice. But there's definitely some kid accents there.
Yeah, cool. Now you were saying that you up leveled, even though you had Sky Class benefits, you up leveled it. Tell us about that.
I guess I could call it up level, but so I was staying in Sky class, but I also had the key, which gave me a bunch of benefits of Star class, disregarding the Royal Genie, just kind of some of that stuff. But I got the key, and since I love the FlowRider, I love playing basketball, I love the mini golf, I love the zip line. On some of the sea days, you get like these 2 hour time periods where you get it completely to yourself and the other key guests, which granted is like 30 people. So you basically get it partially to yourself, and I utilize the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it really is like, even though you're on a ship with, 6,000 other people, instead of waiting 45 minutes to get on the flow rider for 3 minutes, it's basically just you. It's you and the
Yeah.
instructor, and you're getting that good quality flow rider time.
Oh yeah, which I loved.
That's
Definitely
awesome.
will say.
That's amazing. Um, Tell me about the experience in the suite lounge. You mentioned sort of a little bit about the breakfast, but what was it like? What was that experience like?
So it doesn't matter what room I'm staying in. I always go to the buffet for every meal just because I love to be on a ship. I love to be in and out. I just love the whole ship feeling. But this is the first cruise where I'm like, wow, the food's actually like amazing. The service, you could be like, hey, I'm looking for a very fast dinner. And on boarding day, the suite lounge was completely packed because of boarding day. But I was in and out of there with my 3 or 4 course meal in 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
So I know it was actually crazy. So every meal I ate at the coastal kitchen, and the suite lounge itself, probably 2, 3 other people were there. And it's a very quiet environment. It's kind of like a library. And in the corner, you have your concierge, you have your bar. I mean, it's just a very laid back and chill environment, which I certainly enjoyed.
Awesome. Did you use the suite concierge for anything?
So funny thing is, I want to become a captain, like I've said previously. So I was talking to the concierge. I'm like, hey, is there any way I can get a bridge tour? Doesn't hurt to ask. Why not?
Right.
And the girl said, the captain will be down here for captain's breakfast every morning between 7 and 7:30 a.m. So I woke up early that morning. I ran down to the suite lounge and had my breakfast. And I saw him walk in, and I walked up to him and I'm like, hey, we just made some small talk and he's like, "Hey, you really sound like someone that'd like to go see the bridge." And I'm like, "Let's do it." So
Yeah.
he definitely hooked me up there. And when I lost one of my key cards, the concierge just saved me so much time. There was no line. It was on boarding day. The guest service line was probably an hour long. And also on disembarkation day, when my flight in Fort Lauderdale was set to depart by 8:30, and it's like an hour away. It was a horrible idea. Never do that again. Key fact. So right as we were waiting in the suite lounge for them to open up doors to get off the ship at 7, me and my dad were like, "We need to get off the ship as fast as we can, otherwise we're gonna miss our flight." Concierge saw that we were kind of in panic, got us a priority elevator down to the promenade and escorted us past the whole line, so we didn't have to wait. And I think we were within the first 20 people off the ship. I mean, it
Yeah.
just saves so much time and a lot of, like, not as much headache.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, that was nice, but yeah, people listening at home, don't try this at home. Like
Do
8:30
not do
flight,
it.
that's close
It was
even for me.
It was the only returning flight because I live in Denver, Colorado, and the next returning flight was at 9 PM. We're like, "What are
Yeah.
we gonna do all day?" And worst case scenario, if we miss the flight, we can just hop on another one. I booked the flights very last minute, like 4 days before. Don't do that again. We're very last minute travelers, as you can kinda tell, and the flights were like $1,200 per person, and then we're
Wow.
like, "We're not doing that. We'll just drive to Fort Lauderdale."
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one nice thing about Miami. Like Florida in general, the Florida ports, there are so many options. It just depends on if
Yeah.
you want to drive. Or, worst case, you take the bright line.
Oh, yeah. I would love to try it actually. I was considering flying into Orlando the day before and giving it a shot
Yeah, I've looked at it several times. One day, one time.
if I
But
got enough time.
yeah, exactly. So eating at Coastal Kitchen, I love Coastal Kitchen. It is probably my favorite restaurant on any Royal Caribbean ship. And I love that they were able to accommodate you to get your meal, like your 3-4 course meal, quickly, like less than 30 minutes. Like that's
Oh,
service.
oh, it definitely was. That was the best service I've ever had on a cruise ship, and I've been on other sailings before in suites, and this just knocked the ball out of the park for me, so it was great.
Awesome. Did you do anything special? Like, did you do a cabana in Coco Cay or anything special there?
So what's surprising is I just go on the cruise for the ship. So I got off in Coco Cay, did a little walking loop around the island and got back on. But I didn't really do anything special, but we were gonna do some specialty dining because when I went on Allure with my dad last time, the food was not very good, so we had to go to specialty dining every single night, and this
Yeah.
time we were expecting to kinda do the same thing, but I was like, "Dad, we really gotta go try Izumi Sushi," and he's like, "No, this food's way too good." I mean, it was the best food I've ever had,
Yeah.
and I'm a foodie, so
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. When it comes to Coastal Kitchen, like I don't need a specialty dining package. Like I'm good.
yeah.
I actually have had breakfast in Coastal Kitchen. Like every meal is really good. And then they have the snacks in between, which is really
Oh,
the
yeah.
sweet
They even had,
part.
like, chicken wings and stuff
Yeah.
for the snacks. I would go in there and steal a couple and bring them back to my room.
Yeah. That's amazing. So, anything else that you did during this cruise to, up level your experience, maybe a private karaoke room or special seats in the theater?
So I did get the special seats in the Royal Theater, and I go on the cruise for the ship, like I was saying previously, so I don't like the shows, but my dad does, so I first off started about halfway through, and then I left. We had, like, the best seats reserved for Sky and Star Class suites, and that wasn't just in the Royal Theater, that was in the ice skating show and the Aqua Theater. If you guys have not seen the Aqua Theater show, you gotta go look at it. I mean, I'm not a show guy, and it was amazing for me.
Yeah, yeah, The Wonder of the Seas. I can't remember which one that's called. Do you remember what it's called?
On Wonder,
Yeah.
it was like Aqua 80s or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
When I
Aqua 80s, that's it. Yeah, it's really good. It's so fun. And I don't know if you've been on an Icon class ship yet.
No, I haven't.
I mean, like, the Aquadome show also has other things, like the motorcycles and a wheel
Oh, yeah.
and, extreme skateboarders, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's good." But, like, it's not an Aqua Theater show. But, yeah, so well, awesome. How would you compare pros and cons the one-bedroom grand suite on Wonder to the 1-bedroom grand suite on Navigator?
So honestly, no brainer. Doesn't matter. Wonder of the Seas definitely did it way better than Navigator. But the pros to Navigator is it's a smaller ship, so a more intimate vibe. Another pro is the suite lounge is way smaller, but there's always someone willing there to help you whenever you need. Like you'll be walking around the ship and people will be in, "Hey, are you Mr. Ames? Do you need any help?" Stuff like that. But the Navigator for the traditional person that's not in a huge nautical thing as I am, definitely the ship is a little bit dated, the dark woods, and again, there's no private pool or private hot tub or a private bar in the suite lounge on Navigator. The room on Navigator was definitely a little bit smaller, but for what I was looking for, the balcony on Navigator was actually way bigger
Yeah.
than the one on Wonder. The balconies on Navigator are like 2, 3 feet wider than they are on like the newer ships. But probably those are the only cons of it. I mean, the other con of Navigator is the itinerary. I did a 4-night sailing and it went to Catalina and Ensenada, and I didn't find those ports very special. I mean, I stayed on for my second and third sailing on Navigator, but my pros to Wonder is beautiful room, best staff, best food, fastest Wi-Fi I think I've ever had at sea.
Nice.
What else? Our room attendant was very kind, very sweet. The cons to it were the price, and that's about it. And for some people, the itinerary, just because Coco Cay and Nassau are a very specific stop they always go to, especially for the 3 and 4 night range out of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Utopia and Wonder, they're doing those 3 and 4 nights. It's basically just Coco Cay and, the Bahamas. Those are for people really who like want to cruise and also I think are just going to do like a beach day. Like they might be the ones that are going to do the Nassau, beach club, and maybe in Coco Cay they're going to do the Highway Beach Club, or maybe they'll get a cabana in the water
Yeah.
park or something like that. So they definitely, I do feel like they are catering, and I know that I've heard that Royal is really trying to attract new cruisers with these itineraries, and that for those of us that cruise a lot, it's sort of like, oh, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like, I haven't been on Utopia because, like, I'm not going to fly to Florida.
It's the same
Just
as
go to.
Wonder.
So yeah, but I'll wait for Utopia to start doing 7 nights. I'm patient.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've also tried a 4 night on Mariner of the Seas from Galveston to Cozumel, but I mean, it gets old. I mean, I'd love to see Royal Caribbean start pumping out some newer itineraries. Like I did a Panama Canal cruise on the Coral Princess, and like that was a trip of a lifetime. I would love to see
Yeah.
that again on Royal. And I know their ships do fit, like the Voyager class ships, they will get in. Even the Radiance class and the Vision class, of course, but I would not want to go on a Vision class ship for 16 days. But
Yeah.
I would love to see some more like itineraries, maybe even a little bit longer ones, because I know they have longer ones, but not, you know.
Oh, I know. I think, and we'll see with Discovery class, what's going to happen. But I think that they can do a little bit of variety. But I love those class, like both my Mariner. I've been on both Mariner and Navigator. I'm going on Mariner, not this New Year's Eve, next New Year's Eve. But yeah, I mean, they're great ships. They're just great
I
classic ships that are still in really good shape.
Oh yeah, they're in way better shape than I would have ever thought. I mean, when I went on Harmony of the Seas, it was actually kind of a dump. I
Yeah.
I was kind of ready to get off. I'm like, this ship is not well taken care of. I mean, and I've been on Navigator, I've been on Mariner, I've even been on the
Yeah.
Coral Princess, which is even older. But I was kind of ready to get off for Harmony. I mean, then
Wow.
after Harmony, I went right on to Navigator, and I'm like, wow, this ship is just so great.
Well, Harmony should be getting refurbished anytime soon. I think it's like due for like a massive
Yeah.
refurbishment upgrade. So sounds like it
Well,
needs.
it's been almost 10 years as in March for the ship since it's had a remodel. So, I mean, for 10 years of no remodel, I mean, it's doing okay. But definitely, like, the mini golf course is unplayable. There's big holes that its turf is going all over. I mean, and honestly, the pool is like just so out of shape. I was like, I don't even want to go in. But
Yeah.
Wonder was knock out of the park compared to Harmony for sure.
I think also, tell me what you think about this, is that those Oasis class ships are built, they were new and built so much to attract families. Really, that was Royal's first shot across the bow to be a family, like a really family oriented cruise line. And so they are really beat up.
Yeah, which I mean, they are beat up, but nothing crazy, like some little cosmetic features. But I do believe they need to take a little bit better care of their ships. And I mean, I've cruised on Disney my whole life, but Disney definitely is a whole level.
Yeah.
But when you're coming from the Disney Magic that was built in the 80s and you come on a Royal ship that was built 5 years ago, it's just like the magic is way nicer. But
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
care. I still like Royal better.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more to do on Royal. I mean, I've never cruised Disney, but I just feel like there just seems to be a lot more activities and not just like trivia, karaoke, blah, 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 but it's a lot more like
Oh,
you've
yeah.
got the FlowRider, you've got zip lines, you've got, you know, the sport court, something's always happening. So I don't know. That's just the
Yeah.
impression I get.
But a downside I would like to say, about Wondering Utopia is I don't know why Royal put one flow rider on Wondering Utopia. I mean, it wasn't even worth trying to get on the line. I waited in one line besides me using the key,
Yeah.
to get in. I waited for an hour and 45 minutes and some change for a 2-minute session. Like, when I went on Allure, they had both of the flow riders open, and I just think it was a lot cooler to have 2, so there's less lines, and also, like, when my grandparents went on it, they were like, "Which one should I go watch? The surfing one where people actually get hurt or one the boogie
Yeah.
boarding where it's," you know? But I would like to see how
Yeah.
packed the flow rider is on Icon and Star because they have so many more things to do, like Category 6 water park, not just a flow rider and 2
Yeah.
okay water slides.
Yeah. But that's really good, and that's a really good point and another reason to get some of those benefits that you said so that you're not waiting an hour and 40 minutes to go on the flow rider, but you get like 2 hours to just go
Go.
around and around and around as much as you want.
I mean, for sure, I definitely think the Star and Sky class benefits were worth it for sure. I loved it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to step back from this cruise and ask you a couple of questions that I ask everybody. And the first is, how do you define luxury?
Luxury, I'd say, is a more laid back vibe, no kids screaming. A more luxurious trip, I could say, is a dinner where you actually have to put on something kind of nice. Something where the food is amazing, where the service is amazing, or like 6 out of 5 stars, amazing service. Um, just a more modern touch, very clean room, great service. I've already said it. I mean, Wonders was great.
Awesome. Did this cruise meet that definition of luxury for you?
Oh, for sure. It was a knockout of the park. I mean, my dad doesn't like cruising, but he is like, we got to do another one. This cruising can actually be really cool.
That's awesome. That's so good that he takes you, even though he doesn't really like it. So that's good.
Yeah,
Do you have a dream cruise?
I do. I have 2 really big ones if you want me to share them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my dream is to go through Alaska on a Voyager class ship. If that ever happens, I will be the first person to be on it. It's not like I get off in Alaska. I just want to be on the ship when the ship is sailing through these tight passageways. I think that'd be really good. And my second dream cruise would probably be a transatlantic. I really want to try one of those. And an honorable mention would be the Panama Canal, which that
Yeah.
was amazing. If you ever get the opportunity, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely on my list. Any luxurious cruises or any other travel planned right now?
So I'm going on Carnival Mardi Gras. First Carnival cruise. I hope it's not like what TikTok says it is. Too crazy. But I'm staying in a Havana Cabana aft view like corner suite. So I still
Nice.
get that luxurious vibe. So that's upcoming in March. And then in July, I'm going on Star of the Seas, staying in a Crown Loft suite. So I'm actually that's the one I'm looking forward to. So,
Well, I really hope that you come back and
Oh,
tell us about both of those experiences.
for sure.
I found you on TikTok, and you're on TikTok as Ship Insider, right?
Yes.
Any other place people can find you if they want to see your videos and follow your content?
You can follow me on my YouTube channel at Hollis Ames Vlogs, HOLISAMES Vlogs. That's where I post all my main long form cruise ship videos, like my vlogs. And it's for some of you guys that don't know, I'm a DJ. So you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram for Hollywood Music, spelled HOLIWOOD Music. That's where you can find me. You can also follow me on X, which is just my name, Hollis Ames. So yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you again for being here. And to all the listeners, thank you as well. And until next time, I wish you safe and luxurious cruising.
See ya. Thank you.
Hey, before you go, if you're enjoying this content, I would so appreciate a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to this podcast. If you'd like to be on the show, there's a link to a form in the show notes, or you can email me at luxurycruisingpodcast@gmail.com. That's luxurycruisingpodcast@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.